Have you ever heard of the Great Stink of London? No, the name isn't a joke. It's a very real, very smelly piece of history that changed the face of modern cities forever. Let's travel back to the summer of 1858. London was buzzing as the capital of the British Empire, but not everything smelled of roses. No, in fact, nothing smelled of roses. The River Thames, the heart of the city, had become a cesspool. Imagine layers of raw sewage, industrial waste, and rotting animal carcasses all simmering under the heat of a blazing summer sun. The smell was so overpowering that government officials found themselves gagging as they went about their business, even inside the chambers of Parliament. Now you might ask, how did it come to this? Why was one of the world's greatest cities drowning in filth? Well, the problem was centuries in the making. London had grown rapidly in population, but infrastructure couldn't keep up. The city relied heavily on cesspools and open drains to manage waste. These were fine for smaller medieval towns, but by the 19th century they were entirely inadequate for a metropolis bursting at the seams. And where did this waste end up? You guessed it, the Thames. People literally dumped everything into what they thought was a natural cleansing system. But nature wasn't cleaning anything. By the mid-19th century, the Thames wasn't just disgusting, it was a public health disaster. Cholera outbreaks swept through London, killing tens of thousands, though people didn't yet understand how the disease spread. Many believed in the miasma theory, the idea that foul smells alone caused illness. So when the Great Stink hit, it wasn't just unpleasant, it was terrifying. Now here's where history takes a dramatic turn. Parliament couldn't ignore the problem anymore. The stench was so bad that meetings were postponed, and windows had to be draped with lime-soaked curtains in a vain attempt to mask the odor. Something had to be done, and fast. Enter Joseph Bazalgette, a civil engineer with a vision. The Great Stink forced lawmakers to fund Bazalgette's ambitious plan for a modern sewer system, a feat of engineering that would change cities forever. Bazalgette's system intercepted waste before it could reach the Thames, channeling it out of the city through carefully constructed underground tunnels. This wasn't just a temporary fix, it was a blueprint for urban sanitation worldwide. And the results? Within years, the Thames transformed from a toxic river of sludge to something resembling its former glory. Cholera outbreaks became rare, and Londoners began to breathe, literally and figuratively, a little easier. The Great Stink may seem like a bizarre footnote in history, but it was a pivotal moment that forced humanity to rethink how cities should function. So the next time you flush a toilet or admire clean running water, remember the summer of 1858. A season of misery that spurred one of the greatest public health innovations of all time.